Today I'm going to do the YouTube tag 5 things that annoy me. I first watched Amy Miranda Makeup's channel where she did the 5 things that annoy her. Then I saw GlitzyFritzy, Mary of GlitzyFritzy, do the tag, the 5 things that annoy her. And just this morning, I watched Palm Springs Cindy do her tag of 5 things that annoy her. Oh, and then I also watched Monica McGillicuddy do her take on the 5 things that annoy her. And she had a little twist to it that it was 5 things that YouTubers do that annoy her. I could probably come up with that, but I'm new to YouTube and I'm probably doing all the things wrong. So, anyway, I had commented on Amy Miranda's channel and I had commented on Mary's channel at GlitzyFritzy, so I figured, well, there were 2 things that annoyed me that I commented on, so I went and made 2 extras to kind of cover that I already said those 2 things. So let me get started with number 1 that annoys me. And I'm sorry, I need to put these on because I can't see what I wrote down. The number 1 thing that annoys me, and I did say this on Amy Miranda's channel, is people that park in the handicap parking spots that don't need to park in the handicap parking spots. And what I mean by that is they may legitimately have a hanging tag that says that they can park there, but perhaps they're borrowing it from a family member that has it, family member that has it, that's in a wheelchair, that is home, and the other person doesn't need it. That is really one of the top things that gets to me every day. And I can get into a long story, but I'll say really quickly, there are 2 young kids. When I drop my son off at high school, there's 2 young kids that drive to school, and they always park in the front row that is designated for handicap parking. And they do have a tag, but, excuse me. Every day they get out and they just walk into school, and there's nothing wrong with them. And I think, what kind of people are we raising in this society that just have, it's a small thing of a bigger picture, like this entitlement to do that. Anyway, I could go on and on, but that's a huge one. I never do that. My kids better never do that. Number 2 is inconsiderate behavior. So often, you're going to the grocery store, you're going to, let's say you just go to one of the places where you go to get your oil changed, you're going to clothing stores, you're going to the grocery store, you're just out in the world, and you encounter people out in the world. And these people are out in the world and they're living in their own world. They don't acknowledge you, they don't smile back and forth, they don't hold doors, they don't say thank you when you hold the door. It's just part of this rude society that didn't their parents teach them any better? I don't know. Kindness goes a long way. Number 3 is texting while driving. That's not just annoying to me. That's putting my life and my family's lives and everyone that I care about in jeopardy. I have to work 10 times as hard out on the road just to be safe. And again, if I ever find out my kids are doing it, oh, there's going to be a can of whoop open up. No, certain things you just do not do. You do not do them. You do not text while you're driving. Nothing is that important. Another one that bothers me would be number 4, and that is being on the phone in the wrong places. That's being on the phone in a restaurant. That's being on the phone in a grocery store. That's just being on the phone in a doctor's office. That's being on the phone anywhere in public and having this loud conversation, maybe just a loud conversation or a long conversation. I understand if, I could be in the grocery store and I, can't get my kid on the phone through a text, so I call and say, check something, do I need this? But I'm not there having a long conversation. I'm in the moment where I am. I've been to a restaurant with a friend, and right across from me, we're the only two there, and this person proceeded to be on the phone with another person for the majority of the time that we were there. Not cool. Terribly rude. Let's go to number 5. That annoys me. Spitting. I understand that people get congested and they need to do certain things, and there's a time and a place for that kind of thing, and you avoid doing it in public at all costs. At all costs, you should avoid doing it in public. I don't care if you're a man and they think it's the man's okay to do that. It's not. It's just not. It's something that you shouldn't do. Those bodily functions, and you know what I mean along with that bodily function of spitting. There's one other one, I don't even like to say the word, so you refrain from doing that in public places. That's important. Now, as I said, because I had commented on Mary's and Amy's, I have 2 extra ones that I wrote down, and as I'm looking at this one, it sort of goes back to number 2 of inconsiderate behavior or inconsiderate people. It's self-centered people. We're raising a group of, like I said, entitled people. They're just so self-centered. They don't think about anybody else. I have some friends like that come to mind, and I just decided not too long ago that, I'm not going to put up with that anymore, because it doesn't make me feel really good when I'm finished with the visit. I had one come over, and you ask about their life, you ask what's going on, and you expect the same in return, that somebody would give you the common decency of having a conversation back and forth, and these people are so wrapped up in their own little world that they don't. I guess that's kind of along the lines like Mary said over at GlitzyFritzy. That's what she said. She said a lot of funny things. You have to go check her out. Not making eye contact. If I'm going to talk to you, then I need you to look at me so that I know that you're hearing me, and vice versa. It was eye contact and, channel surfing and things like that. So yes, my list can go on and on and on and on. Didn't realize I was so annoyed by so much. And the other one that Cindy over at Palm Springs, Cindy said this morning. And really, I didn't think that I was annoyed by that much until she said it and she refreshed my memory, you know, because I hadn't been to the doctor, but it was waiting in the doctor's office, and I had gone to the gynecologist, and woohoo, I'm sure we all love to go there, and if there's any men watching, maybe you have to go and wait, I don't know. My husband waits in the car. But if my appointment was at 9 in the morning, and this is what happened. My husband drove me, it's 9 in the morning. I'm there at 9 in the morning, or a little bit before, because I refuse to be late for anything. And by 9:45, I'm texting him. I'm not back there yet. I'm not back there yet. They haven't called me back there yet. I'm texting him. I'm waiting 5 more minutes. And finally, they call me back. And it's this call you back. Oh, look, you think you're going to go see the doctor in the next couple of minutes. And you get in that god-awful robe, and they sit you on your paper, you know, paper chair, whatever. And then I waited for another 20 minutes. And I've done what I'm about to tell you, too. I've texted my husband. I said, listen, the doctor's not here. I'm getting dressed, and I'm leaving. And I've done that because it's so annoying. So yeah, what Palm Springs, Cindy said. Waiting in the doctor's office. Their time is no more important and valuable than my time. I could easily do what they're doing. I just didn't go to school for it. But I've often said, if I had some letterhead, I would send them a bill for the extra hour that I had to wait. You know, it's very frustrating. So I agree with her, and that was my last one. Again, that was 7, probably a little scattered, but that was 7, and I said I added a couple because I had repeated myself on the 2 channels, and I'll link all 3 channels below, the ladies that I mentioned, but tag me in any videos, anybody that watches this, because it's interesting to see what we're all annoyed by, little pet peeves and things like that. But as I said, some of them are more life-threatening than annoying, like the texting while driving. So let me know what you think, and thanks so much for watching.